This is a First Alert Weather special report.
And it's special because we have got a lot of information we want to share and show about the current snow event and what it means for you. One of the things we're checking right now about airport delays and cancellations. Look at the visibility here in the city. We're going to revisit that, but that is another thing. By the way, I was just driving around. Visibility is definitely going to be an impact. And don't forget, if you are a motorist, where in the world did you put the windshield wiper fluid? Because it is bad. The spray out there is bad. Want to show you some video. Tony Aiello sent in some video, and this is some video that he said we're going to work on that video there it is. Yeah, look at the man. There's a lot you can tell from this. Obviously, you've got accumulating snow. You see that on the branches here. You can see it on the cars. It's a very wet snow. Did you see roadways are wet? Look at this, though. Look at how messy in Mamaroneck some of the sidewalks and front steps are. My concern is your safety, those first few steps out the door, so make sure you're mindful of that. Again, the friction of other motorists and the salting from the crews, that's helped on major roadways, but right there, driveways, sidewalks, you got to make sure that you are keeping them clear. How about the guy on the bike? I always love that. I saw a guy in shorts. So yeah, just, let's be careful. Also, I was up at Mountain Creek today. Packed, absolutely packed. Snow lovers are loving this. You could see this. I mean, the capacity out there was crazy. They opened it's kind of like a gondola lift, not a standard lift. It's a cabriolet. They can put 8 people in each lift. And that thing, 10 minutes before open, the line was already roped around it, and they were just having people on the slopes. So you see the empty ones going down. That's the place to be. So snow lovers are loving it. Understand, though, that this is challenging. Now, we got a few minutes. Let's connect some of the dots. This is a map we just imported, so there's a little bit of overlay from different observations here. I just want to point out that shade of blue right there. That corresponds to 6 inches. So that is definitely over what we were thinking, but that accounts for late snow too yesterday. Bulk of it was earlier, and you can see the distribution. This is observed snowfall. It was north and west, some of it wrapping around and then off to the west, not so much to the south and to the east. Why? Temperature. It's all about temperature. And now now we're starting to see more fill in. So this is the concern here. This area right there, where we did see multiple 3 to 5s, now we're going to add another 3 to 5. So it's a first alert weather day. Main concern is probably mobility, getting around. It's definitely going to make roadways wet and slippery. We will likely see travel impacts for air. Rail is your best bet. By foot, just make sure you're watching your step, because it's going to be very slippery. It's funny because people were out skiing. We have some video of a pickleball court, and you can see a few things here. Nobody's playing pickleball. I bet if these courts were cleared, somebody would play pickleball. My pickleball friends love to play pickleball, but this also speaks to the coverage. Now, this is Bridgewater. Again, Bridgewater, Mamaroneck, Nassau, Suffolk, it's not going to end until much later. Now, snowfall rates aren't going to knock you over, but they're going to be significant enough where you're going to add inches to that. So that's why you have to move and manage it with this widespread 2 to 5 distribution of snow. So let's talk about it. Let's go through a few of these different advisories and the timeline. National Weather Service, appropriately so, has posted a winter weather advisory, and this is in effect through this evening. A winter weather advisory means you're likely to encounter winter driving conditions. This speaks right directly to your ability to get around. Now, in context, it's a Sunday in the middle of a holiday weekend for many. That is a blessing. That is a blessing in that the amount of volume is out there and commitments are not as high. But if you got to go, and I understand, factor in extra time, definitely leave extra distance. And if you're driving, got to keep that windshield clear. Also, check your front and rear adaptive cruise and backup, because they're either going to be covered or they're going to be disabled, so you have to clean that as well. Our blended model calls for 3 to 5. Unfortunately, you saw that area. So some locations within this area are going to double what they saw yesterday. Now, you had some time to move and manage it. Now you got to do it again. Let's help you do that because the problem is going to be timing. I want to show you two different solutions. The graph is still bringing in additionally from where we are right now, 2 to 3 inches of snow. Still going to minimize additional snow for the Jersey Shore because there's more mixing there. The Euro is definitely kicking. Again, this is additional, not total. This is additional to what you have right now, another 1.5 inches out on the island. But let's help you time it out. In the city right now, fog is an issue and there's light snow and we have 34 degrees. Wind out of the northeast at 7. The big number right there, that's a big deal because that's just cold enough for snow in the city. Noel was driving around this morning in the mobile weather tracker and roadways were wet. It was miserable because we were right around 34, 35 degrees. You go up to, well, even White Plains, Woodbury, and definitely Poughkeepsie, that's cold enough for snow right there on that magic number. So you've got snow. And look at the wind here. Now, along the Jersey Shore, Monmouth Ocean, a lot of mixing has been going on. Ditto out through Nassau and Suffolk. But notice this. Now we're getting some cooler numbers out on the island. So this is your turn to make up for the lost snow that you didn't see. You didn't see as much snow yesterday. You're going to see a little bit more. This is live composite radar. I want to show you a little mixing for the South Fork. Follow that line. You can definitely see that warmer temperature. One other thing you're seeing, this is a break. You've got gray skies, but you do have a bit of a break. There is a lull right now. Look at this. Oh, right there in Dutchess County, you've got that one more significant snow shower. But there will be a break before we see more moisture go into that cold air. Fun fact, speaking of cold air, it was snowing in Florida this morning. Right now, it's snowing in Georgia. You know how this works. Timestamp on top of the viewing device. Thanks for finding us, by the way. Want to show you starting around noon. This corresponds to that batch that's right there. It's going to slide down. This is the break. So more of Westchester, Fairfield, parts of the island, you have a break. Maybe get a little shoveling done. You know, maybe kind of stay ahead of it a bit because watch what happens. See what I mean? This is going to fill in, riding up from the south. Remember, the original track of this storm was right there. Now it's like your backyard. So this is going to be this afternoon. And then, ooh, you see that? Between, say, 3 and 8. See how it kind of fills in? Again, holiday weekend, many off tomorrow, not the same kind of Sunday night routine. But I'm very concerned about this because now you've lost the sun. Temperatures are retreating, so surfaces are definitely more challenging. So please be mindful of, it's going to be snowing later. It's a heavy, wet snow, but then it's going to turn cold, and then we wrap it up. Now, it's 10:30, and you're out there in Montauk. Lucky you, by the way, but it's still snowing. I know. So you still have, we're not really done with this until this thing wraps up and is out of here. Monday morning, I would say Monday morning's commute, but I know many will be enjoying the holiday and honoring Martin Luther King Jr. So that day is going to shape up to be 129 delays at JFK. Claire just got in my ear. She was checking with the desk. Wow, 80 at LaGuardia. 161 at Newark. See, I knew that was bad. Those are just delays, and some of those delays are significant. Cancellations is a much smaller number, but I'm just telling you, if you're watching from the airport right now, sorry, you probably already know this, but we're going to be watching that. Now, for travel tomorrow morning, if you're flying tomorrow morning, by then it's just going to be bright and cold. And speaking of cold, I just want to let you know that we are going to see a significant drop. Now, 35, just cool enough for snow, some heavier snow this afternoon. We're probably going to do some cut-ins right here. Probably starting around 3. That's going to be the real beginning of the next wave. 24, snow exits, but then, oh boy, oh, wait a minute, it starts to turn cold. Please be careful. Please be careful to get everything down bone dry because there could be some icing. And then 33 tomorrow. Wind chills Tuesday morning are going to be in the single-digit range. Hey, you're nice enough to come along with us. If you have photos, we love to share photos here and on air. So share your pictures and videos right there. Hey, look, we got a QR code. So we are slamming and jamming and high-tech. Love those pictures. We love pretty pictures. Dog pictures are always good. But pictures help us tell the story. Thanks for sticking around as we are telling the weather story.